want to do it as well. So, hello everyone. Check out my helmet here because I just finished a full day of driving. Anyway, that's not important. Important is big DRS wing on our Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5 TA. Now, in case you missed yesterday's video where we unveiled the car, hey, it listens. Perfect. Where we unveiled the car, check it out, and I'll tell you today more about it. But today we'll be taking this car out on the Nürburgring.
Without the wing.
Without the wing, because this wing will definitely not pass the public session vibe check. It's definitely street legal in US, UK, Netherlands and other countries, but probably for Germany it's going to be a bit complicated. But yeah, essentially this is a full-blown time attack car in working. So the reason why it is mounted on this stand is because this stand we are taking together with us tomorrow to PMW, Professional Motorsport World Expo in Cologne. So if you are there, it's a B2B expo, you want to talk about aero solutions or check out the wing, come visit us at our stand and looking forward to seeing you there. But today we will tell you more about the wing, how it works. What have you done, Lapo? What have you designed?
This is the first piece of the kit that we designed specifically for the RTR, for the Mustang and the Mustangs with the RTR kit, with the Spec 5 kit. So together with RTR, we exchanged some information. They gave me all the data of the kit, even before it was released, so we could, get it done in the correct amount of time. And so it would go together with the epicness of the RTR kit, and then add in the, aero load that we are, let's say, starting to get a name for. So the kit is designed specifically for the body structure of the Mustang with the wide body, so it would not be as efficient with a stock body. You can see, for example, the leading edge is raised to match the body flow around the stock roof section. The width and the end plates are meant to work together with the wide body, because everything on a car in terms of aero, it's connected. So the rear aero is connected to the front aero, the side flow of the fenders and of the wheel wake, and of very, very importantly of the mirrors, affecting, for example, massively the rear wing efficiency. Everything has been studied, all the CFDA analysis has been done, and now we have been testing yesterday the car in his basic form, which is not really basic, but in this, let's say, stock Spec 5 configuration. And then slowly, bit by bit, we're going to see what it's going to do with just a wing, with the front aero, and then maybe even more parts.
Yeah. I have to be honest with you, there was lots of discussions with Vaughn, me and Unitesta because they wanted us to unveil the car in yesterday's video with the wing. But I said, guys, us as aero company, we want to test the car like it is stock, like it was in Most, like it was you're about to see on a Nürburgring lab, because we want to see how the car is going to be improved, what is doing what. And this was actually very good for me also to see that the base car functions amazing without the wing with the additional RTR front splitter. And now we are going to do into aero development. Yep. So we've done all the CFD, we've done the homework, the wing has been designed to work exactly with the kit, as Lapo has said. Yep. Now let's talk maybe about specifics. Yep. The numbers that everyone wants to know, how much downforce is.
Yeah, so I gave you two ranges because it depends on the rake of the car, it depends of course on the angle of attack, which also affects the front. But in terms of total downforce, you're looking in between 1,050 kilos and 1,200 kilos of overall downforce for the whole kit.
That includes the wing and the splitter.
That includes the wing, the splitter, and the underbody aero.
At which speeds?
Around 300, because with 900 horsepower in the max, let's say, power range, it will reach that speed.
Yeah.
So let's say the load curve is quite linear, as I always like to make them. So it's not very peaky. It's very it goes with the speed. So the more speed you have, the more load, of course, you're going to have. But the drag is quite consistent. And the good thing with DRS and also having the adjustability of the overall angle of attack, you can really tune it for different circuits. Because, for example, if you wouldn't have this angle change, you would have a fixed element, for example, how you have it on the normal on the GT3 RS.
That's not normal, that's a Monte car, so,
Yeah,
but yes.
but for example, the GT3 RS has a DRS system, which is very, very good in itself because you can unload all the high pressure on top of the wing and make it way less draggy. But with that, it's still limited because you cannot change the overall performance of the wing. By having this adjustment, which, let me do it now.
Let's do some demonstration.
Yeah.
While you're showing the demonstration, talk us about the DRS efficiency. So, like,
so you're looking at around a 40-45% drag reduction in terms of overall load. So I always want to, and everybody does, in let's say in the industry, to keep around the 40 to 50%. You can, there's variations depending on the application for what the wing is designed for, but you always leave some load because you never want a fully, unloaded rear end. If it's, for example, if the suspension is designed to work with the aero, you don't want a full unload of the suspension at even at a high speed, even if you're on the straights, because if the springs are loaded and then you have a fully unloaded setup, it will raise the rear and you could lose the rear end in very high demanding applications.
You said up to 1,200 kilos of overall. How much does the wing generate alone?
It's always together.
Depends.
Because depending on the diffuser vane setup and also the front aero setup and the rake, it will generate more or less. But I usually do the weight. I look for the center of mass of the car and I see where the center of mass is in relationship with the rear axle and the front axle, and then I match that with the aero balance. So I always like it to put it a little bit forward. That's my preference, but with this you can change it. You can move it slightly forward of the center of gravity, center of mass, or slightly behind it. But you're looking between the ranges is a 55-45, so you can move the overall aero balance.
So this is around like what, 700 kilos of downforce?
It's around 500, 600, depending on the
and then when you open it, is then about like 300,
because
400.
Because the wing also generates front load because it helps extract more air from the underbody, and if you have a fully designed system, you will see that increase. So you actually, with the DRS system, you also decrease, when it opens up, it also decreases front load. So everything it's let's say connected. You have 4 positions because it's enough. With the CFD analysis, it gave me good results with just 4 positions.
While Lapo is taking this off, I want to show like a year of progress, because last year at BMW we unveiled this wing, the very first universal DRS. That doesn't look too bad either, dual element, but you can see the difference. This is all CNC aluminum covers and quite a simple shape with a dual element, whereas right now, you've seen it already, we have carbon fiber, we have more efficient end plates to match the body, carbon covers. Oh, there we go. So do it again.
You can change the angle of the overall wing with just 4 bolts.
Yeah, so now it's like even more.
That's maximum of attack.
Yeah.
And then you have minimum angle of attack, which is here.
Yeah. So the pivot point is here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And by having the actual fulcrum forward, I prefer it because you keep the leading edge in the optimal position, because there's a certain point, it's got a bit more
too technical.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it, come on.
Well, it's very important where you have the front leading edge, if you do a full CFD analysis with the body of the car. If you tune front and rear, also with the dive planes and splitter, it's very important on where the leading edge is. So I prefer personally to have the adjustment in the back, so the angle changes in the back. You can also put it in the front. Sorry, you can also put it in the back, but that really changes where the leading edge is in terms of body flow. So. Yeah, this is how I do it, and everybody else is going to do it differently. Yeah, so we go back to, let's go as the third position of angle. There you go.
Nice. You want to take off one of the carbon covers?
Yeah, I'll do also
so we
that.
can show again how the system is working.
Yeah,
so we always have two systems, or let's say one which is public now is the pneumatic system activated by air pressure with the compressor that you install in the car, which has quite a light footprint. What's the weight of the system?
Well, actuators and the air system, it's around 4 kilos.
Yeah, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
And then we have one non-public, or let's say not public yet application, which is hydraulic, just like the GT3 RS. It's going to go end up on the Civic probably next year, but there's one confidential project that we are not allowed to talk about yet that's already utilizing it. And yeah, hydraulic gives you, what's the benefit of the hydraulic versus pneumatic?
Hydraulic is more reliable in general in terms of performance. And it gives you adjustment in positioning because, for example, the pneumatic system is only an on-off situation. You cannot adjust the angle of attack of the wing and lock it into place.
Of the second element.
Of the second element, yes. Yeah. Well, I could also do it of the main element, but it's on stages.
Yeah, of course. So if we have unlimited budget, we'll end up like doing like a full.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can do all of that. Also the functionality of it is that with piston size. So a pneumatic system needs a bigger diameter piston to exert, let's call it the same amount of force than a way smaller hydraulic system. The hydraulic system, they go to between 200 and 300 bars. The pneumatic system, if you go with air system, like normal oxygen, air, it goes up to 10, 11 bar, yes. And that's, you see the difference. So to match it, you need a way bigger piston diameter, which means also the hydraulic system can be a smaller footprint. Doesn't really necessarily mean that it's going to be lighter, but for example, if you look at the actuators on the GT3, they're quite smaller.
They're quite microscopic even, I would say, when you compare it to, you can see it here actually. So this is the actuator, my hand for scale, from the hydraulic system, and then when you look at a pneumatic, it's quite bigger, but the weight penalty is not that bad anyway.
Because usually on pneumatic systems you use aluminum. You can also use aluminum on hydraulic system, but usually it's converted to a steel or a stainless steel setup for the cylinder, just because of the high pressures. Yeah. So this is the.
Yeah. So in here, my hand for scale, it's.
Yeah, and the cables, of course, go through here, but because of the expo and the time frame, they don't.
No, they would go through here, but now for quickly demonstration, they would run.
If you want to see the
actuation.
So one different thing that I did from all the other systems is I like a lot the pin slot, let's say, mechanism, because it also with a hydraulic system it outlocks in position. So and it gives a really, let's say, compact and simple design by having, let's say, the slot. And yeah, you can see the actuation. So yeah, it's a very, very compact system. You don't have, for example, the actuator sitting on near the let's call it the top surface of the wing. You have it high up, which streamlines a lot the composition of the wing. And when you have it fully engaged, you see there's no footprint, and also here it's completely let's say free. And this is the only thing keeping the let's say disrupting the airflow, and also the the bracket is fully enclosed in the system.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very streamlined.
And open it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that you mentioned the brackets,
Yeah.
this is a new design feature that we haven't seen on any other DRS wings of our production yet.
Yeah.
It's more like F1. It's really
So F1 usually use a single hydraulic system because the wing is quite smaller, and also so secondary elements, as you can see, are way smaller than the main element, and with being way smaller, they have more flex. To take out the flex, let's call it, you would add support points. For example, on the old generation and also on the Mantai wing or the GT3 wing, whatever, you would have 4 mounting reinforcements, let's say, position pivot points. So 2 on the side of the end plates and 2 where the actuators are. The only issue is that it creates lots of frontal area for the uprights, because you need to either need to lower the actuator, which increases also the load necessary to open for levering, let's call it reasoning. The shorter you have this, the more power you need to open the flap, but also, as I said before, increases the overall volume of the actuator, of the upright. So because I really like a streamlined, let's say, design, I said why I don't eliminate the 2 main pivot points that are in front of the actuators, and I just add one center one, which is also where most of the load in terms of the high pressure is on the secondary element. So where the load is, this is where the support part of the let's say system is. So instead of having 4, we have 3, but the center one is more in the high load area.
nice. Well, we've been talking already for 20 minutes about the wing.
Yeah, always.
Which is, I don't find it a big problem, but is there anything else worth mentioning? Or
Well, if people want to know more,
stop by at BMW.
Stop by at BMW, or pass by. If I'm here, I gladly.
Yeah, we'll tell you more about
yes.
it. Right, now let me tell you more about the car before we proceed with the lap itself. So first of all, what is RTR Spec 5? It is a turnkey solution that you can bring your Ford Mustang to, and by installing RTR kit, you have a completely different car. I'm pretty sure you can buy it also straight from them if you do not have a Mustang yourself yet, but with our car we have shown that you can upgrade your car to an RTR Spec 5. So what does it consist of? You have a bespoke Borla exhaust for the kit, therefore we couldn't actually hear each other on it because... and this is because we decided to run with open valves, so we could...
Bad decision.
It was nice, and we got banned, obviously, because it was too loud. So we're gonna do another run maybe next week with the valves closed and see how that's gonna go.
Yep.
But going back to the kit, Borla exhaust, you have, of course, this amazing wide body with those towers made of carbon fiber, of course, yes, and also actually very functional air intakes. And by functional, I believe they cool the wheels.
You can cool the wheels, but
you can also make brake cooling.
We can also make brake cooling, yes.
Yeah, brake cooling, but in this case, we have massive 325, right? Rear wheels.
325 and 305 in the front.
Yeah, 305 on the front. Fantastic wheels. The car also comes, well, the RTR kit comes also with its own tactical suspension, but in our case, we already had a GRZ 3-way adjustable suspension that we left on the car. Yeah, maybe pop the hood. What else worth mentioning? You can show quickly the carbon fiber, the badges.
All the side sills, which are completely different.
As well.
And yes, there are actually, in terms of aero, they're quite good.
Yeah, because you've done some CFD analysis yourself with the
I did the whole thing.
Stock. Yeah, of course.
I had to do it.
You had to do it.
So
this is actually functional. And speaking of the front splitter, I have to tell you, we are developing our own front splitter to be more aggressive, more track-oriented, more extreme. When I drove the car for the very first time that you see on yesterday's video, I was a bit skeptical. I'm like, after being spoiled with the amount of aero, I'm like, is this just like, you know, aesthetics? No, actually works. The front was very balanced. Also, when we drove the car on the ring, overall, the car works very nicely. Now, when you put such a big wing, you need to have a matching front big splitter. But if you get an RTR Spec 5 for yourself as a street car, you're gonna have a very, very balanced car also for the track, and most importantly, for lots of sideways fun that we showed in yesterday's video, because drifting on Nürburgring is not allowed. But Vulcan Jr. drifted the Nürburgring. It was already 2018, yes, so quite some time ago.
Dude.
And I actually helped him like to scout the locations, to do some filming. So I will probably forget to include the video in the video description of how it was with all the behind the scenes. But yeah, for proper drifting, check it out then. Anyway, let's pop the bonnet to show you what we have underneath. We have a special Whipple supercharger for RTR. Yes. So usually RTR is quoting 870 plus horsepower, which is possible, doable, but we are being very humble, and therefore we have decided to on purpose lower the power. So right now our car is running 670 horsepower on the wheels, on the back wheels alone, so it's not 800. So we could go higher, especially now that we are running more aero. But as of now, the car that you will see is running 670 wheel horsepower to make sure that this is just enough for the track and that it works. But as the lap of Nürburgring has shown, nothing went wrong when it comes to overheating. Also in Most in Czechia, everything was good.
I was checking everything, and
yes, we done some logging, and you will see that we had a little limb mode, which was caused by fuel surge, which was already caused on the stock Dark Horse when we had the car, and we haven't learned from our mistakes. We haven't upgraded the fuel system yet, and we decided to put even more bigger tires, more grip, and have more fuel surge. But it was not happening on the ring before. It was only happening on GP tracks with higher lateral G-forces. Therefore, now we have proven that the car, the RTR, is already more grippy with current wide body and tires in winter conditions, because we were running it in like quite cold environment, than a stock car. So I think for science sake, we have proven that the car in stock form RTR Spec 5 is providing more grip as it is. Yeah, Whipple suspension. Right now, we have the GRZ with external external reservoirs. Oh, I want to show you my favorite part. So aside from the fact that you also have special shifting knob, but my favorite part of this whole kit, and I have learned from Von Gitten's walk-around video. So I've seen this part. Did you see this, Lapo?
It's really, really good. I really liked it.
So it's the fuel door that has been completely custom made and designed by the RTR team. I think it took them 6 months.
The whole bucket is new for the spillage.
Yes.
And the whole hinge system is completely custom, which is actually really nicely done.
It's very nice. It's a small detail, but the reason for that, do you know the reason why they made it custom actually? Because according to EPA in the US, to make the car street legal, you're not allowed to touch the fuel system. So you can't put a massive wing on it. Do not touch the fuel system. So basically the position of the connector and everything needs to be the same. You can adjust the door, and once you put the wide body, you need to do something about the door, because you cannot relocate it to the trunk basically as you might want it. But this is going to be a full race car, so maybe you're gonna end up putting a fuel cell. And just fuel it through here.
But it needs to lose some weight.
So the subwoofer is gonna go, unfortunately. So if someone wants to buy a subwoofer,
if you don't have it from stock, send us an email. No, please don't do.
All right, I think that's mostly it. A very long video, mostly about the wing. Of course, because I'm kind of proud of what Lapo has achieved and designed. Again, check us out at BMW. Check us out what we'll be doing also with the car, a quick teaser. The next thing is, of course, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm not talking about the aero alone. We'll be stripping it out and putting cage in it and putting the car definitely on the diet. So the carbon trunk is on the way, and we're gonna definitely try to replace as many panels as we can to bring it closer to a GT4 spec car when it comes to the weight.
Yeah.
But for that, stay tuned, subscribe, like, and share. Anyway, now back to the lap. Again, very first lap with the car on very cold winter environment, cold tires, cold everything. And I asked my dear friend Misha to join me behind me with his E46 M3 as a camera car. So if you're gonna comment, why didn't you let this M3 pass? That was not the purpose. So that's it. Enjoy the lap. If you missed it again, check out yesterday's video, check out Vaughn's walk around, and come meet us at BMW. Thanks, Lapo, for the explanation.
No problem.
And this big wing can definitely fit on the 190 next, right?
No, TF car. TF car.
Civic.
Which
Right.
one?
All right, enjoy. Totally stock, officer.
Oh, now it works.
All right.
Are we keeping it open?
Huh?
Are we keeping it closed or open?
If you want, I don't know if it's not going to be
Let's
too
see.
loud for you.
Let's see.
If you skipped the very long introduction, I'm still going to say something. Small disclaimer. The car behind me, the E46 M3, is driven by my good friend Misha, who functions as a camera car. Therefore, we did not let him through for a lap. Also, winter environment, winter conditions, etc., etc. And we had Lapo on the passenger seat to do data logging because it was the very first time we were driving the car. We had a small limp mode, which was caused by the fuel surge, that because the car has too much grip now. So yeah, we need to update the fuel system, but that was the only thing. So now really enjoy the lap in our Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5 TA. Yeah. Well, in this case, it was running just 670 horsepower on the wheels, but it could go towards 900, but that's something for small future.
Going on 5.
Huh?
It's limiting or going on 5?
Yeah,
yeah. 6. There's a check engine light.
Yeah, I know. It's like no auxiliary gauges either, so.
Technical difficulties.
Probably because the car was standing still for too long.
Yeah. The fastball on the tires.
Yeah. Whoa!
vibration?
It's brakes.
Nice brakes?
Yeah, we smoked them on the on the other track.
Oh, thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, you're welcome. You turn the aircon on?
Huh?
Aircon.
Yeah.
Put it on 20.
Yeah. It's a bit difficult. I'll put it on my side. Bro, I didn't see it. Poor guys.
I was a bit quiet during the lap because I don't think you could hear us anyway.
You think so?
Yeah.
Brakes are bye-bye.
Yeah, brakes are bad.
Did the GoPro stop?
No.
Oh.
It's the... How much? You don't know. Okay, we'll put a quieter exhaust next time. And with too loud, it means banned for the day.
Yeah, he said it nicely to you.
Yes.